So Desak, tell us about the work you're doing in the real-time heart-based community project side.
The work I'm doing,
Yes.
well, I don't consider it work. It's just having fun, cooking,
Right.
cooking, connecting with the community, using food as the form of communication in these platforms due to social distancing. As much as I don't like using digital 2D form, as I'm an extrovert, so I like it face to face, where I can see you and feel the vibrations. So yeah, and that's if you call that work, cooking and having fun. So that's what I do with the real-time heart-based community
So
project.
how are you finding that experience? What's that experience like for you? Because you've got people coming on. There are some regulars every week from other states as well that are joining on this as well.
Yeah, I'm finding it. It's a really good way of connecting. Instead of just connecting to the local Adelaide people, I'm able to connect with the people that we haven't connected to each other for many years, and they found me in different Facebook groups, and suddenly when I tell them about, hey, I have this Zoom going, and suddenly we reconnect. So I think it's good to trace back that past again. So it's quite a good reminiscing.
Well, I've been on them, and it's been fantastic. You know, all this reconnecting with some of the people in New South Wales and Queensland, and so it's been wonderful. And it's wonderful that we're all in the kitchen while you're doing it. So that's the unique part with what you do. Like, so what do you think about that? Everyone cooking with you.
I really like that interactive communication, because you are communicating and they are actioning and doing it, and they will see the results straight away and also be able to taste it towards the end of the Zoom. I think that is, as a human beings, a lot of us are searching for the instant rewards, and this cooking is a great platform for instant rewards, because you are getting rewarded to what you learn straight away. So I think it's great.
There's also the interaction there, Desak, where unlike, say, TV shows that people used to watch quite a bit, people are able to show you what they're doing, and they're quite proud of what they're doing, and there's often a lot of questions, and at times there's a bit of tension. Even with Trisha, I've noticed at times that she's trying to look at the screen and dash around and check on things and whatever. But everybody's very engaged in it.
Yeah, it's quite challenging, but I found it's really interesting, because I like to not just sharing about food. I like to go beyond, where people introducing culture bit by bit, so it becomes that I would call it eventually become an adventure. We've got chilies in that, we've got a bit of the Balinese going into it, and then the love for food, so all those. And eventually I always use the emoji chili, pray, love. It's a paying off to this Eat, Pray, Love Julia Roberts movie. I don't know if you've seen her movie. It's called Eat, Pray, Love, which is part of it in Bali, which was Italy, India, and Ubud, which was my village. So I do a payoff of that.
So in all this, Desak, where is your passion? Is it just food, or is it more than food? Because you're also community involved too, aren't you?
Yeah, my passion is mostly connecting with people. The food is just the form of communication that I use to connect with people. In this instance, that especially we have a common ground now that this Bali food hashtag Bali at home, because there is no roadmap from Australian government when Australians can go to Bali, which is 1.2 million Australians that go to Bali every year.
Wow.
So I think this, with the right form of communication, with the right platforms and marketing, the Bali at home, I think it will grow, into everyone's home, like this Bali in a jar. Yeah.
Well, I really love, you bring the heart of Bali. And I know that with your stories and with, those beautiful anecdotes and all of the culture and all your history and your childhood and about the plants and about, it just feels like an infusion of Bali at home. Well, that's what you bring. So
Yeah.
it's lovely how you do that. So I can feel that connection is there.
Yeah, I always believe that you can take me out of Bali, but you cannot take Bali out of me. So I always, and I often just say to myself, how can this little dinky island is so famous? Everyone has these certain feelings to it.
Yeah.
It's the feelings, the love that they cannot express sometimes, because it's only Bali that gives you that. When you get off the plane, is this heat that just hit you on the face, and the aroma of the airports, and it's different. When I landed in the US, when I landed in Thailand, it's just completely different. It's everyone sort of feels that, and this is why we have a group called Bali Obsessed. It has 12,000 members in there, and we have a group called Bali Bogans. It has 28,000 members in there. So, and it's just crazy about this little island. So I like to share that love and experience, because that, growing up in there, and it's very different to what people see now in the tourist era.
If someone was going to join the session, because you give lots of tips and a whole lot of ideas around how to do the cooking, so would it need for someone to be able to be a good cook, or what's your guide for people coming on and thinking, I might like to try that? What would you say to them?
Well, basically I make variations. Some week we make the easy ones, another week it might be intermediate. That's why often I will try to put it on the Facebook page, whether it is going to be the skills required, but it's going to be easy. I actually did put that easy to intermediate. Yeah, so some would require a little bit more than easy skills, where you have to remember what else coming after that. So yeah.
The thing is, though, if they're not intermediate, there's always the option to just watch and enjoy, because as someone who hasn't yet cooked, Desak, as you would know, there is still a lot to enjoy, because actually I can enjoy watching what you're doing and taking in your passion and all the tips, information you give, and all the colour that it ends up being on the plate one way and another. But then just how everybody is just so, as you said, infused with Bali. Those people who have been, they're here partly because they're reliving that, and so just the whole atmosphere and enthusiasm and passion that's actually available at one of your sessions from you and everybody who's there is just quite amazing, really, to just be part of. So it's great.
Not to mention about the display, the plate. Now, how is it that your plates look so beautiful?
It looks the same as yours.
Well, how did you get so skilled at that?
I think it goes back to ignite your senses. So I like to, when I plate something, I like it not to eat it straight away unless I'm super hungry. I like to just put some colors. I like to have at least 4 colors on my plate. And then you feed the seeing, the sense of seeing. So feed your eyes first before your mouth, kind of way. So I guess because I have been working in the restaurant, presentation is quite important for us back then, even though we were a casual restaurant. During lunchtime, we have all the lawyers, barristers, and the judges. Sometimes we have 4 court judges in the restaurant, so I have to be a little bit more presentable in the food to match the wines, you know, with the price that we're charging as well. So I think it requires skills and experience, you know, just even the little flour you put, it adds that, brighten up the plate. So yeah.
Now, Desak, you've also got community work happening in Bali. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, in Bali, it's really just helping the local children that they get together, the learning of the Balinese language as because it is disappearing. Our Balinese language, our Balinese writing, they're learning dancing, they're learning singing, all in Balinese, and also learning basic English. We're trying to provide the lesson for free. That's through donations. Just the people that own villas in the area, probably expats or some of them tourists that coming through cycling to see the village. We get some donation from them. In return, the children help us to clean up the village on a Sunday morning, because we're trying to teach children you don't have that sense of entitlement, you know. It always have to be 2 ways. You know, when you receive something, you gotta give. So it's about giving back to the community for me, because that is in my new village. So I feel blessed to live there, surrounded by nature, and we have such fertile land to create garden in there. So I really appreciate the community around me. So it's my way of giving back to them. So just donating some of my time, probably, you know, let the children practice how to pronounce the English words properly, even though I pronounce it wrong anyway. So at least my pronunciation is better than theirs. So nothing needs to be perfect. So we're learning together. And occasionally I give money donations as well, not just time. I guess the other donation would be knowledge of the concept, the real Hindu concept of what we call Tri Hita Karana, which is the balanced relationship between human to another human beings, the relationship between human to the environment, that's why we do the cleanup. The between human to humans is what we do in the Children Foundation, helping each other. And then between human to God, because Balinese are Hindu, you don't have to call it God, you can call it spirit, you can call it the universe, you can call it something, whatever you think it's bigger than yourself. So those are the 3 relationships that we trying to keep in harmony as part of it. Yes.
Yeah. Can I just say, it is a beautiful and generous donation. And once again, this is a community, and you are offering your time and sharing all your about your cooking, but so much more, and all the things that you've described. You're bringing engagement, communication, you're bringing people together, we're connecting, and it's just beautiful. And so all your generosity and your love and your spirit comes through in that very generous 1 hour that you bring. So we're very grateful, and thank you for what you bring, because it's just it's a highlight of my week.
You're welcome.